All right, Shalom, Akim. Yeah, this is part two. Hey, yeah, about to Shem Rakhtaz, about Shem Rakhtaz, Shalom. Yeah, we got the brother, the brother Marshall with me.
Hey, Shalom,
yeah,
Shalom.
The brother Marshall just, got here, man. So, yeah, we're going to continue on, man. Get that, read that Psalm 128 again.
Yeah, this Psalms 128 in verse, matter of fact, I'm start back at verse 4. Mm-hmm. Give them according to their deeds and according to their wickedness of their, endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands. Mm-hmm. Render to them their desert.
So you get that
endeavors.
Yeah. So hey, you're gonna have to pay back what you have sown, man. You're gonna have to everything you have every action have a reaction. Every cause has an effect. It might not happen right then. Mm-hmm. Guess what? It's gonna happen, man. It's a build. Like I said earlier, the Most High is gonna pour out that wrath. He just letting all of it build up, just like how you arrest a cartel boss. Mm-hmm. You don't want to just get him for petty charges.
Yeah,
you want to get it when you know he can't say nothing about his charges, man. And it takes time. Mm-hmm. It takes time to get all the evidence to where he can't say anything, man. We'll take the missiles,
Okay.
So you got,
it's the word endeavors, mm-hmm. The Hebrew word ma'al, and it says deed, practice, mm-hmm. Practice, usually bad, mm-hmm. Deeds, acts.
See your practices, mm-hmm. Such as what kind of community you put Jake in. Mm-hmm. Projects. That's one of your practices. That's what you call it a project. You just want to see how you put a whole bunch of niggas together and just see what happens. And that's a project, man. That's one of your evil practices, man. Putting them setting Jacob as welfare. Taking a man out the house. That's an evil practice because that destroys the household, man. That destroys the whole nation. Once you take the man out of place, that's it, man. You put a woman on top. That's like putting a baby behind a wheel of a Mustang, man. You're gonna sway off and you're gonna flip over and tumble and blow up, man. You got something out?
Yeah, but to add on what you're saying is that concerning these other nations, man, you really don't see that amongst Moabites or Ishmaelites. So-called Chinese or so-called Arabs. Mm-hmm. The Esau, Edomites, they don't do that to these other nations, man. The only group of people, a nation of people, they only do it to is Jake, man.
Okay.
All right, because that's just showing you that they still have that perpetual hatred towards our people, man.
Okay.
All right, because they know that we're the chosen. All right, so that's the reason why our people is looked at as their enemies, man. Mm-hmm. All right, and it's always been like this since going back during the time of Jacob and Esau, man. Even before that, man. All right, and it's still showing, and that vibration is still pushed out to this very day, man. All right, that Esau or Edom, which he's deemed today as a so-called white man, is that he looked at as your enemy, man. I mean, he still to this very day, man, he makes it known that he's your enemy. Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, look at the condition like I was going to, man. Look at the condition that our people is in right now, man. They're in a state to where they can't basically, get a leg up in this whole society, man. This whole scheme that these elites have set up. Why? Because this system that they set up was not for the benefit of our people. All right, it's really for the benefit of them, the bankers. All right, for them to benefit off of and to live comfortably, man. It was never meant for our people to be in a restful state here in America. All right, because this place was set up as a land of our suffering, the land of our captivity.
And while he doing that, he continued to make us go out because he knows once Israel returns to the Most High, man, that when he come back, he got to go, man. This place, America has to go anyway because if it doesn't, just really the whole Edomite system, the whole rulership of the Edomites has to go because there are no flesh to be saved, man.
You got something? I got a little bit more on this. Mm-hmm. It says, Psalms 48 verse 5, because they regard not the works of the Lord, mm-hmm. nor the operation of his hands, he shall destroy them and not build them up.
See, he shall destroy them and not build them up. Why? Because every time you you do an action, it's always in wickedness, man. Everything you do is in wickedness, man. You know, there's nothing righteous that you do. Matter of fact, can you get somewhere quick? Get Proverbs chapter 12 and 10.
10, yeah. 10 mercy.
Point, man, yeah. Because everything you do is wicked, man. Even though it might even seem great, such as welfare, you get money. But guess what? The man is not in the home, man. That is required, you know, to get that check, man.
Good.
You got
his Proverbs 12 and verse 10, a righteous man regard the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
So the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. So it seems like the vets taking the animal shelters that's tender and mercy. But what's the first thing they do? They snip them, man. You know, they give them a certain amount of time. They put them to sleep, man. They call it tender mercy, man. That is cruel. Animals got spirits too, man. They have dreams. They feel pain. You know, even though we are higher beings, but they still feel. You know, you got something.
Before I read this, I want to add on what you're saying is that's why Esau, these Edomites, have labeled our people as what, 3/5 of a man.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep. So that's why for them to justify, you know, to basically label our people like that, that justifies them in putting harsh treatment on our people, man. All right, because they still look at us as 3/5 of a man. Right. Yep. But I got a precept real quick. There's Jeremiah, the 13th chapter and the 23rd verse. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil." Right, and that's why you have these Edomites that are accustomed to do evil, man. All right, you know, point out what the author was speaking about earlier is that when it comes to these Edomites, man, you know, they are anti-life, man. All right, because really, man, when you put the people of the Lord in a harsh condition like this, because we're accustomed to do good, man. We're accustomed to be closer to our power, man, which is Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. So therefore, they're actually getting or targeting the ones who are closer to the power, man. All right, and that lets you know that Esau is anti-life, man, because he's downtrodden the people who are supposed to be accustomed to life and accustomed to good, man. That actually gives the earth life and flavor, man. Right.
You got something?
Yeah, currently this on Psalms 14, start at verse 2. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of man to see if there was any did understand and seek the Most High. They are all aside. They are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one.
There is none that doeth good, no, not one. This Edomites, man. So even though you die peacefully, that don't mean that you're going to get away scot-free, man. Matter of fact, get Numbers 14 and 18. Because, yeah, you died peacefully, but guess what? That's the point in time, that's why you're coming back now. You banking families, you Jews that put money into slavery. You know, you back today, man. And guess what? You get ready to start picking up bodies, you know, putting the flags down, start, you know, go ahead and get the shovel stroke ready, man.
You can.
You know, because you devils gonna have to pay, man. And because how about Shema Shai, he set you up just to show his power, man. You devils really don't have no power, man. This is the last chapter of the movie, man. You know, you got
this Numbers 14 and verse 18. The Lord is long suffering and of great mercy, giving iniquity and transgression by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
The point it said by no means clearing the guilty. You see, you know, because even though you died peacefully, that don't mean you gonna get away, man. That's why you coming back. That's why you back today. You got
I got Job chapter 11 verse 20. It says, "But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost." Yeah, that's right, man. It says, and this is a quick point in this verse. It says, "The eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape." Man. So they're not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man.
That's right.
Because you got these old Edomites that's been plugged in to these elites that thinking that they die on this side and they're going to be all right, you know, trying to escape the judgment. Yeah. But the thing is that the Lord has got them reserved for even harsher judgment than what they're receiving right now, man. Yeah. Because the scriptures speak about every eye is going to see the Lord when he come back. right, in the book of Revelation. So even though they try to die on this side, or they do die on this side, they're gonna come back as children, right? And they're still gonna face that judgment, man. All right. They're gonna come back in a different body, but they're still gonna face that same judgment, man. All right. And it's still gonna be that same level of judgment or same level of destruction that a regular Edomite would bring, or a regular Edomite would take, man. Especially these elites, man. All right, because these elites, they're not gonna escape, man. All right, every single one of these elites that have been living comfortable in society has been breaking down, systematically breaking down this world, the planet Earth. They're gonna be the first fruits of slavery, man. So they can't escape that.
That's right.
All right, that's why the Lord put the spirit on these elites to keep their lives going, man. That's why He put the spirit on them to eat certain herbs, keep themselves up at an old age, because He's reserving them for that judgment, man. All right? So that's why in the same precept said they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as to giving up to the ghost, man. All right? Because their hope is that they're going to escape the thermonuclear destruction and come out alive at the end of it. But they're not knowing that the Lord is going to scoop them up, all right, and take them right into slavery, man.
God. Matter of fact, I got a precept for that too, since you said that. Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 49, and in verse 11, it said, "Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me." So yeah, those elites. It says, "Though they climb to heaven, I will bring thee down. Though they dig into hell, I will snatch them up." Basically, you Edomites, you're gonna escape the destruction. But guess what, man? You're gonna have to dig. You're gonna have to start, burying those bodies, man. You're gonna have to start being the first fruits of slavery, just how because the scripture says, "You and your king shall go into slavery." Well, guess what? That's how it's gonna be with you Edomites, man.
All right. It's Amos, the 9th chapter, in the 1st verse. He says, "I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and He said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth with them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth them shall not be delivered." All right. So again, it says, "He that try to flee away," they're not going to be able to flee away, man. All right, and try to deliver themselves, but yet the Lord's going to grab them up and take them right into slavery, man. Now, reading on, it's more Amos, the 9th chapter, in the 2nd verse. It says, "Though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them, and though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down." Right, and that's the reason why they got these different places, strategical places that they put to escape the destruction, because they know that America's going to be destroyed, man. They know that the Lord's about to come back. That's why they set up the space program in the first place, man. That's why they set up these different things to try to escape the judgment, because they know about the Lord, man. They know about Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. So again, they're making a backup plan so that in case it does happen, all right, they're gonna try to escape that judgment, man. But reading on, it says, it says, "And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And though they go into captivity before their enemies, this will I command the sword, and it shall slay them." Right, and that's pretty much it on that, man. Because even though that's and the point in this precept is that no matter where they try to hide, the Lord's still going to find them, man. All right.
Precept, huh? That is Jeremiah 34 in verse 3. "And thou shalt not escape out of his hand, but surely be taken and delivered into his hand, and thine eyes shall be the eyes of the king of Babylon, and he shall speak thee mouth to mouth, and thou shalt go into Babylon." But it began, it said, "Thou shalt not escape," man, because nobody can escape from the hands of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying?
So reading on, this is on this, but just to explain further, right, is that what I was going into is that these Edomites, they've been living in a comfortable state for so long, is that they're thinking that their rule is going to continue, man. All right, they're thinking that they ran this course for so long, is that they think that the Lord's not going to do anything, all right? Because there's another precept that says that they think that the Lord is as themselves. All right, because they pushed out this lie so much that, and it's a fact too. When you push out a lie so much that you still start to believe. You push out a lie for like 20, 30, 40 years. And you kept up that lie for so long. After that time, you're gonna start believing that same lie. You're gonna start believing that, hey, he is our people, even though you know the facts back before you brought up that lie, right? You know the facts, but yet you're gonna believe like, oh wait, he is like this, and that's the vibration that these Edomites are pushing out, man. All right, that the Lord is with them, all right. And also, I brought this out in a recent videos that they think that since the Lord devoured our people, they took advantage of it, right? Because they knew that we transgressed His laws, His commandments, and they read up on the history. All right, so they know that we fled throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and then during that time, they took advantage of that prophecy of us going off and being scattered. All right, and they thought within themselves that the Lord was with them, man, during that time. That's why when they were while they was beating us, they were singing that song, right, which actually is a slave song, which that these Edomites used to sing called "Amazing Grace." All right, because they were singing that song thinking that the Lord was with them, and that song really, that's just what they thought within themselves, man. All right, you got something up?
Yeah, I got something to add. Be like the Most High. This Isaiah 14, if I start at 13. But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Yeah, so he said he will be like the Most High. And so these elites, they're sitting up in a high position thinking that they're like the Most High, man. That's why they set their laws in this society today, thinking that these laws are better than the laws of Yahweh Shah. All right? Because the laws that they push out is even more laws than what the Lord set in place, man. And really, the laws that the Lord set in place are simple, man. All right, you can keep them, but again, these Edomites thinking that they're above the Most High set up their own laws and their own system, thinking that it's for the betterment of humanity, under the guise of humanity, but really it's for the betterment of them. All right, everything else is cut off. Life itself does not apply to Esau, these Edomites, because everything is about themselves, man. Keep it, basically everything that they set their hands upon, they claim it for themselves. That's why scriptures deem them as worse than the thief, man.
Obadiah.
You got something up?
No, you got it.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. Yeah, because the church said, "Thou heart have deceived thee." Because the pride of Esau thinking that he is the Most High, changing the laws, thinking that he is the Most High, thinking that this is the right way. He totally excluded the Bible, and established his law, man. And this is Isaiah chapter 29, and in 16. It says, "Surely you'll turn your things upside down, says be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made it not. Or shall the thing first say of him that framed it, he had no understanding." So yeah, man, you devils thinking that the Most High don't have no understanding. You try to you come up with the Big Bang Theory. I had brought that up, the Big Bang Theory. You just said, and then something happened. What's the point of that, man? Because you understand that all the wickedness that you have done, you got to pay for it, man. You trying your best scientifically to truly carnally prove that there's no Most High, man. Because if it is a Most High, if it's true, you're going to get fucking. You're going to get dealt with, man. You're going to get dealt with.
Yeah. Too, right? They saying the Most High had no understanding. The form of that is giving these women's rights. You know what I mean?
I got a precept.
Yeah, because think about it. Like, the Most High set it up where a woman is not to have rights. Now, if you give a woman rights, what happens? The bitch, you leave the house, you leave 3 bitches in the house, you get back, the house tore upside down. And these hoes, driven by jealousy. So the Most High had understanding when he said, put a bitch in the shadows, man. But Esau came right around and gave this bitch liberty. So that was him in a roundabout way saying, you don't have understanding. And the Most High didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, you got that.
I
got a precept too. After you
This Isaiah 5 and verse 20 warns them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
Yep, and we went into that bitter that actually goes into really America, man. Because you put the ways of America before the Most High. The Most High clearly tells you to ask for the old past, man. So you put this modern world for light and the ways of Yahweh the ancient world for darkness. That's why they make mockery of us, because we out with ancient garbs as if this off. You know what I mean? This is how it's supposed to be. All right. But I got a precept, because the Ark was making a point, and this scripture came out. I don't know if y'all brought it out yet, but this Psalm 50, and starting at verse 20, it says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son." You know what I mean? And that's what I was going into. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what these devils did. Going all the way back to the ancient Babylonians who were fleeing from that captivity, them devils, they was against us even to this very day. And they slander their own mother's son, because they actually Hebrews, man. All right? Verse 21. And this is the point. It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes." And that's what's happening right now, man. We being set in order right before these devils' eyes. And they going through hell and hot water trying to keep that from happening, man. They scratching tooth and nails to keep Israel from coming together. Really, everything they do is a ploy to separate Israel. That's why in Scripture with that Proverbs 6 and 16, where it say the 6 things the Lord hates, one of them is one that plant discord. You know, that's Esau, man. It was a nigga today, I was walking out the house and the little nigga was walking down the street with a blue bandana on his shoulder. You know what I mean? And I was thinking like, damn, this nigga, that could actually cause somebody to die. Just color. That's show you the number Esau did. You know, you repping blue, you repping red. So man, Esau, man, that's why the Most High. Oh, and that's why through the Spirit, tonight, Lord will, the live stream, we're going to go in that spirit of, that's why we call you the devil, man. We're going to go in that spirit, man. Because there's so many things you can point to that justify us calling you damn Edomites, you so-called white people, the devil. All right? You got something?
I'll say something too, and that's why this time, Edomites ain't going to be able to die peacefully, man. Because that's the whole overtone. Is it wrong that you died peacefully back then with slave owners? You died with a fat belly, you know what I mean? 3 daughters, 4 sons, you know what I mean? Everything that you can want. And what was that? It was all the downfall of us, man. So you think you ain't gonna pay back for that, man? It gotta happen, man.
Oh, what's that? They're not in trouble like other men.
Oh,
God.
Because I think in that chapter going to that. I believe, because they leave a soft landing for their kids. You know what I mean?
I think that's 73.
It might be. It might be 73 or 75.
73 and 5.
Yeah.
73 and 5 songs.
You can start at the top if you want.
Yeah, this Psalm 73 and 1. Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my step had well nigh slipped, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Man, because this place, America, John marveled at this place, man. Because of all the luxurious things you can get. You like, damn, man, I wish I could get this and get that. New Cadillac came out. Man, hey, man, new Cadillac, next year there's going to be another new Cadillac. I mean? Everything lets you know everything here is temporal, man. I mean, it's no good for you. It's just enough. You know what I mean? It ain't good enough, man.
It's an illusion.
It's an illusion, man. It's because we are in the desert. This is a spiritual desert. And then when the Lord show the skirt, lift up the skirt, it's going to be a literal desert, man. So
dried up,
So when you
Good. Yeah. If I may add what you're saying, it reminds me of you probably know this. It's a game called We Happy Few.
We Happy Few.
I think I know it.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's called We Happy Few. And on there, you have to take your joy pill, right?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, basically it's about where they created this whole mirage to where, like, the only way that you can even see the mirage that you have to keep taking the pill.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Matrix.
Yep. And when he got the main character, when he got off the pill, like, he started to see everything in his realization, you know, and that's indicative to America. You know, once you off the Babylon juice, so to speak, you start to see what's really going on, man. That mirage, you start to really see what that mirage really is, man.
I know it was an episode of South Park, and he was like, yeah, man, see, this world is not really what it is. So they end up, they're like, you need to drink this, which they just got drunk, but they were entering into another realm, basically, and they were like, this is how the real world is.
Yeah.
And everything was shit, man. Literally shit. Like the records on the radio station sound like people do doing, man. Everything was shit, literally, man. You know? So that's what this place really is, man. It's because you Edomites. Everything goes back to you Edomites, man. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. I had a precept too to back up with speaking about the children, right? Just said the overtone is that this Job, the 21st chapter, I'm going to start at the 8th verse. It says, their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. Their bull gendereth and faileth not. Their cow
Oh, that's heavy. It said, neither the rod of the Most High upon them. The scripture tell you, Proverbs 3rd chapter, that the Lord corrects those who love him. So that proves that Esau is just a bastard running wild, man. You know, just that little crazy nigga in the neighborhood, no father, just like Boys in the Hood. He didn't want his son running with nobody. That's Esau.
The bastard son.
Yeah, the bastard son. They tend to get in more trouble, you know, because there's nobody that'll correct him.
As back in verse 10, it says, their bull gendereth and faileth not, the cow calveth and casteth not her calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance. They take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ.
And that's heavy. They children dance. That means you guilty, man, because you benefit off the backs of, you know, at the expense of Israel. That's why you damn Edomites today. You know, you got the luxuries of life. And if you notice these young fiery crackers, man, that's them real devil. Every other month you see these sorority bitches and blackface, and they go on a racial rant. You dead, you know what I mean? That show you, that prove that that's them same devils reincarnated, man. The Lord put their ass right back on the scene of the crime so they can get their judgment. Yep.
Appreciate that. Yeah, this is on Job 21:7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, are mighty in power.
Yeah, I think about that bitch George W. Bush. 99 or some shit. And even the other guy, who's that was David Rockefeller?
Yeah, he like 103.
Yeah, 100. Really, this probably was 145. Because these devils, they tapped into how to survive. Yeah, come on, they tapped into how to survive, but they kept that from everybody else. You know, they look at everybody else as goy. You know, they just give you whatever to suffice. Them mother gave you a McDonald's, Burger King, and meanwhile they didn't tap. They found the what they call it, the water. What they call it, fountain. So that bitch Dave Rockefeller, like you said, they're probably 800 years old.
And nigga had 3 heart surgeries and shit, man.
Yeah, he actually had 7, I believe.
Yeah,
I think that was completion. I remember somebody touched on it. Like he had 7 before he actually died. That was completion. Like the Lord, like, man, you got it.
Yeah, you
It says,
oh, that's another thing. I don't know if y'all remember the movie Coming to America.
Yeah,
and the dude in the barbershop was talking all the shit. He's like, man, I ran into Joe Lewis, man. Joe Lewis told me he was 152 years old down here. That's how this motherfucker, David Rockefeller, man. That motherfucker old as shit, man. You see his eyes at the bag. He was just like, man, he was
like a
fucked
zombie.
up. Yeah, he was a zombie, man.
Yeah. It said, verse 8, it said, their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes.
Yeah, they're established. They don't come into the world like us. We come into the world, you already got a bill in your name. You know what I'm saying? You behind. 400, you so many years behind, man, in the race. Esau coming to this thing, they straight. But that's the curses, on us. And that's the perks of Esau. Esau was given his time to rule. Yep.
It's back at Job chapter 21, verse 13. It says, they spend their days in wealth and in a moment go down to the grave. Woo! Now, I'm skip down to verse 17. It says, how oft is the candle of the wicked put out? And how oft cometh their destruction upon them? The Most High distributed sorrows in his anger.
Yeah, that's evident. The candle of the wicked is really the Illuminati. You got the wicked, then you got the candle or the light of the wicked. See, the wicked is the so-called white man. Well, who is the candle of the wicked? That's Illuminati. That's just like we the candle of the righteous. That's why the Lord said, search out Jerusalem, you know what I mean? Yeah, so the candle of the wicked is going to be, they being put out. Because these average Edomites ain't got no sense. We confound them, even Jake, just a regular Jake in the world, got more, more of an edge than Esau. Esau really simple, man.
It's verse 18. It says, they are as stubble before the wind and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. The Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewarded him, and he shall know it. Right, man. That's why in the same verse 19 said, the Most High laid up his iniquity for his children, man. Going right into
Isaiah. Isaiah 14.
Oh, yeah.
This Isaiah 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, man. So of course, that's deeper than what is being read right there, man. Really, that's talking about these high level devils, high level Edomites, right? Coming back as the children, man. And I touched up on that earlier, man. Is that they thinking that the ones that are juiced in to these elites, they think they're gonna die, but they're coming back as children, man. All right. So again, even today, man, you got these young, headstrong Edomites, these headstrong devils that that you can see that the level of pride is on a whole other level. Man. And really, these same these slave masters coming back, man. Right? So they thought that, like the author was speaking about earlier, is that they're thinking that they died comfortably, right, with a full belly. But guess what? When they come back, they're going to face their judgment, man. All right. So like what I read, which is going right to what I'm reading right now, and I'm going to read it again. It's at verse 19. It says, the Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewarded him, and he shall know it. So right, so when judgment comes down the pipeline, he's going to know it, man. He's going to know that the Lord Yahweh Shai is against you. All right. That's when it's really going to click in their heads, thinking that, well, hold on, the Most High really isn't like us, like they thought they had in their minds before. All right. And then they're going to know that the Lord is really against them when he start rewarding evil for evil, man. All right. But you got something up?
Good.
But yeah, y'all want to please just go ahead.
Oh yeah, and with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to work very well, man. Shalom, peace and safety to the hopeful elect that's also laboring this work and this labor of love, man. With that, let's say shalom.
Shalom. DTA.